Hi guys, and happy Friday. Here's your latest update for Team Confidence and for Language Arts. Here are some things that are going to be coming up in Language Arts. We're working on reading Freedom Walkers. It is 8 chapters. It's about 99 pages of actual reading the kids will be doing. They should be working on this document. They'll do one of these pages for each chapter. So chapter 1, chapter 2. So they'll need 4 of these total. The goal is to have chapters 1 through 4 finished by Friday, and then chapters 5 through 8 finished by the following Friday, the February 1st. So that is what they'll be spending most of their time working on. When they're reading for 20 minutes, they could read Freedom Walkers, or they could read a free reading book, but I would just check in with them to see what chapter they're on in Freedom Walkers. Another thing that's coming out next week is, next week we're going to start talking about student portfolios. We're going to try something a little different this year. We've never tried a real student portfolio online before. And that's going to look, as we do this first run through, we're going to figure out what works best. There's a couple of programs we're going to try out. One is called Weebly, which is a web design program. So the students could create their own website, and then they'll house some of their best work. They'll do some reflections. They'll create a blog and post a little bit of some of their interests and hobbies on there. So that's through Weebly. Second option is through Google Sites. Google Sites is great because it connects with all of their Google stuff, but it's not as easy to manipulate on the iPad. The advantage of Google Sites is it's a little bit more challenging to access it. Weebly gives them a much bigger audience. It's a lot easier for friends, family, relatives to find their website, look at it, give them feedback, see all the great things they're doing. Google Sites is a little bit more challenging to access that way. And then finally, the third option, if you don't feel comfortable with them posting their projects and things online, the alternative would be to do a Google Slide presentation like we did at the end of second quarter. So I'll be sending a permission slip home, and I want you to think about which one do you feel most comfortable with. Either way, we're going to be talking about internet etiquette over the next couple of weeks. We'll talk about what to post online, what not to post online. And then you can decide if you want them posting on the website. The one thing I will say is, regardless of which option they go with, if they go with Weebly or Google Sites, they will be sharing their username and password with you. I will be having them write on a document that they'll take home their username and password to help make it as secure as possible, so you have 100% access to what they're posting on there. And I'm also going to work with them on turning comments off so that that's not a feature they have to worry about. But I just want to make sure that everything is the best possible way for them to share what they're doing with a real world audience in the safest possible way. The other thing I will say with that is this is a good opportunity for them to create a portfolio that, if they apply to 21st century programs, for example, when they go to high school, if they continue with it in 6th grade, 7th grade, by the time they get through their 8th grade year, they'll have a good collection of documents, learning documents that they could share with an interviewer for those 21st century programs. And it'll be fun to see how they grow from year to year. So if you have any questions about any of that, please email me, jstocksf@olatheschools.org. You can email me and I'll gladly answer any of those questions about either the Freedom Walkers assignment or their portfolios that we'll be talking about next week. That's all I've got. Thank you. Have a great weekend.